They'll be calling you a radical. First off, I'm going to get right to the Oregon lion numbers and the Oregon fairy tale come fishing as they lie, and I'm going to prove the malice and the corruption that's going on through ODFW. First off, troller, they're fucking trolls all over. It's just basically one fucking group. It's just one dude with a fucking dislike troll mechanism. They're paid by Energy Solutions. They're fucking out of Calgary. Edelman, they work for it. Fuck, we've got them all traced down. We'll end up fucking having a, you know, we'll just sue them at fucking some point. So, and Google allows fucking these PR firms to attack cancer victims, open heart surgery. They attacked me while I was in fucking the hospital with my chest split open. Fucking, they knew it. Right there, videos with my chest split open. Attacked me in the bone marrow. I mean, felonies all over. So go ahead, fuckheads. So, first off, let's talk Oregon. Then I'll get to Oyster Creek's gonna shut down way for everything. So Oregon. So here's the lies, and anybody wants to place a bet, I'm taking all bets. So now they're saying last year's projection was 160,000 on the Spring Chinook on the Bonneville number, and they came in at 115,000. Number one, they won't even talk about the actual number. They just saw we're projecting a hair more than we projected last year. Like, projections, all that matters. It's like they ignore reality. Isn't that America for you? So get this. So now they're projecting 168,000. Oh, it's going to be better than last year. The actual number was 150,000. Now remember, they lowered projection 3 times while the spring season was going. Original projection last year was 280,000. Then they lowered it to 220,000 while the season's happening. Why the last projection low number was clear at the very end of the season. They lowered to 160,000. Now remember, that's important. They lowered the projection 3 times while the season was going, deep into the season. The actual projection was 240-something thousand, almost 250,000. In fact, I take it back. I think it was 270,000. That's right. It was 270,000 was the original projection. 270,000 was the original projection. Now I'll go over these numbers. Now they're saying they're any bets? Anybody want to fucking take any bets with me? Anyway, what's my projection? What I think they'll come in, I think they're going to come in right around 65,000. Now, hear me out. Last year's projections, let's talk about this. This has been going on for years. No, it hasn't. The Bonneville had record returns on Chinook. Record returns in 2013, 2014, and 2015. Off record escapement. Projected record returns in 2016 and 17. Let's review. Last year, the total number for the entire year came in at 480,000. What were the projections for 2017? 2.3 million. What did they come in at 2016? 680,000. What were the projections? 1.7 million. What did they come in? 2015, 1.35 million. 2014, 1.2 million. 2013, 1.1 million. I mean, so any bets? Anybody want to take any bets? So Bill Monroe's up, oh, it's divine intervention. First Chinook got caught right as we were giving our grandstand come fishing. You know, they own retail freaking fishing businesses. Come up for they 6-seaters, 450 each one. I mean, I talked to a guy right here in Ogden. He's like, yeah, I'm from Oregon, blah, blah, blah. You know, he didn't know what Fukushima was. I'm like, what? He's like, I says, yeah, we've been up there fishing the last 3 years. We go salmon fishing every year. How many salmon you caught? None? You're not alarmed? I mean, it just becomes a cultural thing. Fishermen who can't fish, skiers who can't see, surfers who can't surf. Of course, there's no snow here to ski. Fuck, now the sea molded grapes of wrath soon. So this is, I mean, it's a big deal. This is not a decline like this, like everybody trying to say. No, one of the greatest environmental recoveries in history was the return of the Chinook salmon in the great Northwest. These numbers are off a cliff, and everybody arguing, oh, I saw record return. Yeah, 20. They go to sea for 5 years. The average one, this is the smoking gun. I'm the only person on earth that predicted this to a T. They will collapse in 2016. Why? So you run regression as a stats professional, you run these numbers. No one runs these numbers, all these people run these numbers. So their projections in 2016 were projecting at 2.3 million. 1.7 million up to 2.3 million. The average projection was 2.2, 2.3 million. 2017, excuse me. 2016, they were projecting 1.75 million. 2016 comes in at 680,000. They're like, whoa, whoa, deviates from the means thousands of times. It blows up your regression. Blows up your regression. They're like, what the hell? How can we miss it this far? Something, it's called an outliner. Something obviously happened in 2011. It's like you people that are in denial about Fukushima. About, you know, I call it Fuktonium. So there's a gas. So you're trying to tell me, full-blown, TEPCO reports it widely. It's widely reported that they do not have a handle on it. Multiple meltdowns, freaking dump it into the Pacific Ocean for 2,535 days. You're telling me there's no byproduct for that. Big fish eat little fish. It broke the luminescence. It broke the chain. So why are the orcas all starving to death the last few years? The babies all died in 2015. Why? Tell me that one. Tell me that one. I mean, you're in a fairy tale. You're in denial. All the tide pool's fucking dead. I've had to document that. All post 2011. I mean, oh, it takes 5 years. Remember their bathtub theory? Just slosh around. It'll be here in 2014 when the overpass, the entire freaking freeway bridge, made it to Eugene, Oregon in 7 days. I mean, the jet stream, the freaking ocean currents, the Japanese current, the California current into Bristol Bay. I mean, it's a catastrophe. Alaska's slashed theirs. For instance, in Alaska on the Copper River, to get your exclusive kings, they were projecting 1.7 million for 2016. They came in at 800,000. 2017, they were projecting 2.1 million to 2.3, depending on which model you looked at. They come in at 720,000, nothing to see. So they're projecting, they're saying, you ought to read this. They're saying, oh yeah, we're projecting, we're going to be, projections are just a little slightly ahead of last life. Projections the real thing. I mean, it's mental masturbation. It's a fairy tale land. If I could walk over the dead bodies going to Disneyland, what do we live in? The reality means nothing. The real number was 115,000. The real number for the entire year was 400. The Willamette, look it up. The Willamette on the Stillhead last year, 2,800. On a 10-year mean of 45,000, projections of 29,000, nothing to see. You know how many freaking fish are in the rogue right now in the hatchery, Stillhead, total? 9. So divine intervention, they caught the first Chinook right as we're giving our supposing, yeah, one, woohoo. So Tim Martin and I have what we call the Martin Blanche matrix. We figure out how much money is spent per salmon caught. We had it up to 100,000, 200,000. I put it into it. Last year I moved it to $1.2 million spent for every salmon caught. It's way north of that. I mean, you look at these boats, these freak things. I mean, the money spent is insanity. There are no fish. It should have been emergency closed. The steelhead are on the verge of extinction. Still fishing, catch and release, that's okay. Catch the same fish over and over until it's killed. You know, even if you know what you're doing, you pull the hook out, it's got 20% mortality rate. And if they swallow it more than that, I mean, hello. So Oyster Creek is announced. I used to rank the 5 most dangerous reactors in the United States. I used to rank San Onofre, Diablo Canyon, Indian Point, Oyster Creek, Turkey Point. Diablo's done. San Onofre, done. Freaking. Now Oyster Creek's announced that they're rushing to get rid of it. They've extended, they're closing it, which they named it last year, a year early. They're closing it next year. Turkey Point has filed for an extension into 2050-50. We're going to fix the freaking sewer canals with sewer water. I mean, the Cooley Canal, I mean, it's insanity. I mean, the nuclear industry's over. You can hold on to this entire technology. So Armadillo merges with Y12 freaking in 2015 to save you taxpayers billions of dollars. Read this that's come out. I mean, the nuclear cartel. So the NEI, which is the Nuclear Energy freaking Institute, which is an organized crime. This is an organized crime. These people that are trolling, it's organized crime. Boy, it's a brand new, and it's important to like these videos. Help me out. What the fuck? You know, come on. You know, I'm doing all this fucking work. This historic work. Thank you for everybody who supported this historic fucking work. This Kevin reaching into the bag. We're taking these fuckers down. Fucking 104 beers a bottle on the wall. We're down to fucking 70 something. They're done. They're over. But meanwhile, back on the ranch, so they're saying 168,000 for the spring number. Any bets? Okay, I'm setting my number. I think they'll probably come in around 60,000. If that. You know, and this is by number, not by weight. They're coming in skinny, shriveled up. We know that. Now remember, hear me out again. 2013, 14, 15 record returns on the all-time record returns on the Bonneville. All time. Why? Because escapement. They even call it something's the matter with the pasture. They call it. It's not a pasture, it's Pacific Ocean. And you go all the up and down Fuck, California's insane. Heat fishing, they're fucking extinction. They're at Klamath Falls, had to fucking cancel their harvest, the natives, because there are none. I mean, it's a catastrophe up and down all the fucking way. This fairy tale fucking line, they're bullshit. And so, again, Oregon says, oh, our projections last year was 160,000. They came in at 150. No, their projection was 270,000. They lowered projection 3 different times deep into the season. Remember I was doing those videos every day? I mean, I'm holding their feet to the... I mean, this is historic work, because if I didn't do it, nobody does. Like tide pools, Google them. Without me doing it, it doesn't get done. The Megan Rice trial, Y12, those criminal bastards, she broke it, didn't get done. If I didn't do it, didn't get done. All this stuff we didn't get done. Full of cancer, full of AML leukemia. What a story. So again, 2016 projections. They came in 680,000. They're projected at 1.75 million. 680,000. 2017 projections 2.3 million for the entire year. They came in at 480,000. 2015 return 1.3, almost 1.3, I think 5.7 million. 2014 1.3 million, 1.2 million. Between 2015 and 2013, 14, and 15, we're between 1.2 million and 1.5 million return. Record, based on records. More escapement came out in 2011 and 2012 than any time in history. Record escapement, what's escapement? They go to sea on the average for 5 years. I'm the only one screaming out, wait till 2015. And you oh God, how can Fukushima kill a fucking, 600,000 pound whale? Somebody tells you, they didn't, they starved to death. I'm the first one that's done all this historic work. It killed their food. The gas, which I call Fukushima, brings star power to Earth at Livermore. That's what Livermore says. They brought star power to Earth. It's a gas, right? We don't even know what it is. How you test it for something you don't even know what it is? By the way, they have the data. It's all covered up just like this salmon fucking lies. Oyster Creek, fuck you. Fuck them all, these pieces of this shit. I'm not afraid of these fuckers. They go after me, they troll me. I mean, think about it. Google allowing this. They trolled me with my chest split open. I mean, I just had bypass surgery. My daughter says your heart is clean like a 20-year-old. It was a nuclear it was a birth defect. They nuked my father in the Nevada test site and killed him. They murdered my father. They murdered the love of my wife, Annika. She died of leukemia, at 38 years old. He died in the prime of his life. They murdered him. Human laboratory in the Nevada test site. I'm not going to fight back. Then I get ammo. I survived a cancer that's less than 1% survival. My doctor says it straight up. You're the only person I've ever known that's survived this willingly without a bone marrow transplant. I mean, unreal. And they're allowed to troll me while I'm a 1%er. Fuck, that's a John Hopkins 1% fucking leukemia survival bracelet. That's an aortic valve replacement fucking medical alert bracelet. They had to replace my aortic valve, split me open. Fucking pour me out because there's things inside of here that scream and shout. And if I haven't proved just this lay down in my thesis and the way I attack and the way I go and the way I fight, that that's the way you survive cancer, then I don't know what the fuck is. Why do you think all these people lay down? No, not me. You got to fight back. You have to fight back. If you're not part of the fucking solution, you're part of the fucking problem. Pick a fucking side. I mean, you want to fucking pick the troll side? You want to pick these fucking nuclear fucking kill you fucking side? Go ahead. Go ahead, fucking weaklings, because you're all going to get fucking cancer. Now the CDC's reporting longevity is going the other way. Again, hypothesis by Kevin Blatch, all post-Fukushima. And they're saying, oh, it's drugs and alcohol. Why is everybody getting on drugs and alcohol? Number one, they took your job, sent it to fucking China. They looted you, fucking thieved you, poisoned your food chain, fucking the air, the fucking water. You're all fucked up and you know it. What are people supposed to do? Self-internalization of the fucking strife, tattoo, fucking piercing, fucking Johnny got his fucking gun. Fight back articulately. 7th anniversary, I'll be protesting the media. I don't know if I'll do it in California or New York City, one of the two, but I'll keep you posted. This is a big deal. Shoot an apple off my fuck you liars in Oregon. Fucking ODFW, you lying scumbag fuckers. You fucking lying fucks. You lying fucks. I mean, it's so outrageous. Read these articles. So I'm taking all bets. I bet you fucking anything on earth they don't get near 160. This is all just come fishing. Book your fucking trips now. These lines, which with our own federal tax money. Fuck, look it up, the Mitchell Act. They hijacked it. It goes to the fucking chambers of commerce. Come drink your beer. You fucking stay in your house. Oh, sorry, you never caught a fish. They're happy you don't catch fish. Then they ain't got to clean the fuckers because you're too lazy to clean your own fish. I've said it for years. If you're going fishing or hunting and you're too lazy to fucking clean your own animal, take care of your own animal, and you don't eat it, fuck whatever, you're a fucking scumbag. You shouldn't be hunting. Trump's son fucking, fuck. whose head should be mounted on the fucking walls. I mean, it's disgusting. So you read through these numbers. Oyster Creek closing, that's a big deal. Fight back in fucking New Jersey. Fight back in Connecticut. They're still trying to fucking loop ballot. Fight back in Florida. You know, status Cuomo bank ballot on fucking chemo in New York. Fight back, fight back. I got a major fight here. They dole out all this money here in Utah. I haven't kicked out. These fucking whores just fucking looted. Now they support their own killers. Stand up and fight back. Stand up. Huntsman Jr. our senior died of cancer. Huntsman Cancer Institute. Billionaire. Probably the richest man in the United States. Could have been. Now, your money's not going to do you anything. You trading in your fucking health for somebody else's fucking wealth. Not me. Not me. Stand tuned. We'll keep these fucking, we're going to hold these Oregon lion fuckers' feet to the fire. Fucking Fukushima fucking killed the salmon, killed the Pacific Ocean, and you're all in denial. The greatest fucking catastrophe in human history, the greatest story ever told, the greatest event, the Great Pacific Genocide. By the way, going on in the Atlantic Ocean's in fucking epic deep collapse now too. I don't talk enough about that. I will start to more. Fuck, we don't count dead whales, we don't count dead humans, fucking hippolods, we don't count dead starfish. Oh, I do. I count them all. Fucking, but we count every single salmon. Look at the numbers. 2016, whoo! Wasn't like this. Wasn't like this, like they tried. Record returns. Whoo, Fukushima happens. Dead Sea. Fucking connect these fucking dots, scumbags. Stand tuned. Fight or fucking die. Pick a side. Get on the nuclear PR trolls asshole sides or get on mine. Pick one. No, I'm here to fucking fight. Life is for the living. I fucking choose living, you fucking degenerate fucks that go after me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Paybacks are going to be a motherfucker, but I'm coming. I'm coming. Stand tuned.